hops and add some yeast. Put it all together and let it ferment as well. When it's brewed and ready at 11 o'clock we'll stop. For 5 short seconds we'll remember Charlie Mops. He might have been an admiral, a sultan or a king, and to his praises we shall always sing. Look what he has done for us, he's filled us with cheer. God bless Charlie Mops, and now we're living to beer. At Carnseys and the Flatiron and Pickle Bills as well, one thing I can be sure of, it's Charlie's beer they sell. Some come along, you lucky lads, at 11 o'clock we'll stop. For 5 short seconds we'll remember Charlie Mops. He might have been an admiral, a sultan or a king, and to his praises we shall always sing. Look what he has done for us, he's filled us with cheer. God bless Charlie Mops, the man who invented beer, beer, beer. The man who invented beer, beer, beer. Singing coppers and mussels, alive, alive, oh. In Dublin, fair city where the girls are so pretty, I once met a girl named Sweet Molly Malone, and she wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, singing cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger and sure was no wonder, so were her mother and father before, and they wheeled their wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, singing cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Singing cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and so one could save her, and that was the end of Sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow through the streets broad and narrow, singing cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She wheels a wheelbarrow, thought the streets broad and narrow. Her barrow is narrow, her hip are too wide, and whenever she wheels it, the neighborhood feels it. Her girdle keeps brushing the homes on each side. It's not just her fat butt, it's not only that, but she's cockeyed and muscle-bound Molly Malone. Alive, alive, oh. Sing cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. An Irish boy was leaving his native home, crossing the broad Atlantic once more he wished to roam. And as he was leaving his mother while standing on the quay, he threw his arms around her waist and this to her did say: And who are you, me pretty fair maid? And who are you, me honey? And who are you, me pretty fair maid? And who are you, me honey? She answered me quite modestly, I am me mother's darling. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. And will you come to me mother's house when the sun is shining clearly? And will you come to me mother's house when the sun is shining clearly? I'll open the door and I'll let you in, and never the one will hear us. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. So I went to a house in the middle of the night when the moon was shining clearly. So I went to a house in the middle of the night when the moon was shining clearly. She'd opened the door and she let me in, and never the one did hear us. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. She took me horse by the bridle and the bit, and she led him to the stable. She took me horse by the bridle and the bit, and she led him to the stable. Say there's plenty of oats for a soldier's horse to eat it if he's able. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. Then she took me by the lily white hand and she led me to the table. Then she took me by the lily white hand and she led me to the table. Say there's plenty of wine for a soldier boy to drink it if you're able. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. Then I got up and made the bed and I made it nice and easy. Then I got up and laid her down, saying, "Lassie, are you able?" And there we lay till the break of day, and double it under towers. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. Then I arose and put on me clothes, saying, "Lassie, I must leave you. And when will you return again? And when will we get married? When broken shells make Christmas bells, we might well get married." With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. With me to very pretty little dairy, With me to very pretty little dairy, oh. 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 Believe me, if all those endearing young charms which I gaze on so fondly today were to change by tomorrow and fleet in my arms like fairy gifts fading away, thou wouldst still be adored as this moment thou art. Let thy loveliness fade as it will, and around the dear ruin each wish of my heart would entwine itself ardently still. It is not while beauty and youth are thine own, unprofaned by a tear, that the fervor and faith of a soul can be known, to which time will but make thee more dear. Oh, the heart that has loved never truly forgets, but as truly lives on to the close, as the sunflower turns on her god as he sets, the same look that she gave when he rose.
Brian Olin was a gentleman born. He lived at a time when no clothes they were worn. But as fashion went out, of course Brian walked in. Ooh, I lead the fashions, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no breeches to wear. He got him a sheepskin to make him a pair, with the fleshy side out and the woolly side in. Ooh, they're pleasant and cool, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no shirt to his back. He went to his neighbors and borrowed a sack. Then he puckered the meal bag up under his chin. Ooh, they'll take them for ruffles, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no hat to his head. He thought that the pot would do him instead. Then he murdered a cord for the sake of its fame. Ooh, 'twill pass for a feather, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin was hard up for a coat. He borrowed a skin of a neighboring goat, with the horn sticking out from his oxters, and then, ooh, they'll take them for pistols, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no stockings to wear. He bought him a rat skin to make him a pair. He then drew them on and they fitted his shin. Ooh, they're elegant to wear, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no brooch to his toes. He hopped onto crab shells to serve him for those. Then he split up 2 oysters that matched just like twins. Ooh, they'll shine out like buckles, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin had no watch to put on. He scooped out a turnip to make him a one. Then he planted a cricket in under the skin. Ooh, they'll think it's a tickin', says Brian Olin. Brian Olin to his house had no door. He'd the sky for a roof and the bog for a floor. He'd a way to jump out and a way to swim in. Ooh, it's very convenient, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin, his wife and wife's mother, they all went home o'er the bridge together. The bridge it broke down and they all tumbled in. Who will go home by water, says Brian Olin. Brian Olin and his wife's mother went under the bridge to piddle together. One piddled needles and one piddled pins. Mighty sharp piddling, says Brian Nolan. Brian Olin had no watch for to wear. He got a big turnip and scooped it out fair. He put a live cricket right into it then. Sure, they'll think it's a tickin', says Brian Olin.
Up the fight. Casey smashed the furniture, the radio as well. He nearly woke the corpse up as he began to yell. I had a hat when I came in, I hung it on the rack, and I'll have a hat when I go out or I'll break somebody's back. I had a hat when I came in, I hung it on the rack, and I'll have a hat when I go out or I'll break somebody's back. I'm a peaceful, loving man, I am, and I don't want to shout, but I had a hat when I get him, and I'll have a hat when I go out. Casey kept on fighting short, they couldn't keep him quiet. Someone phoned up for the cops to come and stop the riot. 2 cops then rushed into the room, but Casey laid them out as he threw them through the window. They both heard Casey shout. I had a hat when I came in, I hung it on the rack, and I'll have a hat when I go out or I'll break somebody's back. I had a hat when I came in, I hung it on the rack, and I'll have a hat when I go out or I'll break somebody's back. I had a hat. Casey kept on fighting until one-eyed Paddy Flynn sucked him on the whiskers with a great big rolling pin. He knocked poor Casey senseless, it was an awful cloud. As he lay there unconscious, Casey kept on shouting out. I had a hat when I came in,